Girlfriend cheated on me with an Onlyfans customer. GFF of 3 years, best friends before dating. She was the sweetest person I've ever met and made me feel loved. She made me believe in myself and gave me so much love that I didn't know how to respond. My fondest memories are of her bandaging and taking care of me after a bad day at the beach. I've never felt love like this. We started Onlyfans together because of financial issues caused by my back, and we blew up very fast. We had more money than I ever imagined, and I was very proud of her. Over time, she grew distant from me, and I didn't realize it. As I turned to alcohol to cope with issues that arose, such as the passing of my father and fear of not being to use my back ever again, she ended up growing attached to someone who spent thousands of dollars on her through OnlyFans. She told me she would never hurt me like my exes, that she never lied to me and cheat behind my back. Well, it happened. I constantly blame myself because of my alcoholism, weight, and my unhealthy coping mechanisms, which I constantly used as an excuse to neglect her needs. I hate myself and never knew what I was doing until it was too late. She just got back home after 6 days out with him and had the audacity to ask me what was wrong when I was minding my own business and being short when she asked me questions. It took a lot of trust to open up a door to a new relationship, as I've been cheated on by every partner I've had. I thought this was the one. I thought we would grow old together. I have to now coexist with my ex-partner as I was in a bad spot and not financially independent. I have nowhere to go as well. She is already moving on as she was cheating. It's extremely painful, and she acts like she doesn't even see me or acts like a stranger when she's here. She leaves for weeks at a time to see her new BF as I'm surrounded by all the memories we have. I was so trusting. I never noticed that she was cheating and slipping away. I'm finding it very hard to pick myself up and push forward. I'm trying my best to get out ASAP. She is constantly trying to validate that she didn't cheat or that it's my fault she did. Being cheated on has also made me question myself constantly. I've gained a lot of weight and turned to alcohol to cope with my father's death and a back injury, spinal stenosis. I was at rock bottom, and she was the only person I had. I feel betrayed, and my problems are my own, but when she had problems, I never gave up on her. She would make jokes about me that now I see were inside jokes with him and her, and I was really dumb to not notice what was happening. Mocked me when I found out she was cheating. Gaslight me, saying it's my fault and that she failed school, told me I'm jealous. It wasn't me she's f***ing. She tells everyone I am abusive physically and mentally and told me I'm not a man. Said I had sex with her without her consent when we were together the day before she went and cheated physically, when that's not true at all. I'm not on the lease and should have been years ago. But she never put me on it. No matter how much I asked, she just never got around to doing it. So now I'm threatened to be kicked out if I get upset about the situation. We had our issues. Doesn't excuse cheating. I wasn't perfect. I know I wasn't, and maybe we needed the break, just not like this. This is extremely taxing on me mentally. I finally became financially independent, and hoping I can save up enough in a month to get out. It should be easy to move on, knowing all this, but it's not. Because she was my best friend, and to hear all that, to think that is what she thinks of me, destroys me. She also stated he has a degree in psychology, which I find ironic, because she is doing the complete opposite of what someone should do if they were being treated, and also quite hilarious, because she told me she would never make me feel like I'm not good enough. All those nights I had sleep alone, I would do anything to go back and lay with her. Luckily, my back has made a great recovery, and I am returning to the gym, and I found a job I enjoy and got a side hobby that makes a little bit of money here and there. It's been about 2 months since I found a job and started the slow process of moving into another house. I was doing really well with gym, diet, and focusing on my future. But here lately the waves have been much stronger. I have had many sleepless nights for the past 2 weeks, and I find myself so distraught and anxiety-ridden that I call out of work constantly. My job has been extremely understanding and helpful, as they know what I'm going through. Along with health complications with my brother, I am returning to work tomorrow with a better mindset but doubt I will get much sleep. She is constantly emailing me and blaming me, asking me to respond and being upset that I am not helping her pay the bills she's living in his apartment while leasing this one. That I'm leaving her to drown in bills, and I can't help but think what a terrible person she is. I told her my brother was dying, and she dismissed it quickly and that it was no excuse. This is the same person who comforted me through my father's death and told me to take all the time I needed to heal. She thought it was insane that I only get 3 days to grieve for my father, yet here she is telling me to suck it up for my brother, who is 14 hours away with a chance of dying any day now. I can't help but feel she has some sort of BPD, but that's not my problem anymore. She is a completely different person, and regardless of what I say, I'm constantly gaslight, and she tells herself lies about me, us, or how she felt. Tells herself that I never loved her and that I was never there for her. It's such bullshit. Regardless, I didn't want to go into too much depth, and I told her my final piece, and went completely no contact. Story number 2. Found out partner has been cheating on me for last 5 months, and I'm 35 weeks pregnant. My partner and I aren't married, but we lived together for 5 years. I got pregnant 2 years egg. Oh, and we had a baby boy, now 19 months. I found some messages on my partner's phone when baby boy number 1 was about 5 months, and left him for around 2 weeks when I decided to give things another go and went back home. He seemed truly regretful, and I thought it was the pressure of having a new family. Anyway, fast forward a year and am 35 weeks pregnant again with our number 2 and just found out. He has been seeing someone for about 5 months. This is someone he met while I was pregnant the first time around, and it's been on and off with her. I spoke to her, and she told me everything, then spoke to him and he couldn't deny it. I don't have any words to express how I'm feeling. I have moved back to another town to be near my family and have no plans to reconcile at all. He's very sorry and is trying everything to get me back again. Just want to hear that life will get easier. Currently staying at my brother's place, sleeping on a bed on the floor as he only has 1 bedroom and toddler is in a crib. I feel like I'm starting from scratch and it hurts. I don't want him at the birth and feels like that's reasonable.